Good morning, YouTube. It's such a marvelous day this morning. I just can't believe it. I just cannot believe how nice the weather is. It's just we've had so much nice weather this March. We don't ever, we get nice weather, but it's not. We don't get near as nice a weather as we've gotten this March. It's just it's marvelous. It's like 60 degrees in the mornings and 70 in the evenings. It's just nice all day, and stays pretty well the same temperature. It's not a lot of swings in it. There hasn't been for over the past few weeks, and it's just been marvelous. It just makes you feel so good. And I get out and exercise in the morning, and it don't get overheated or anything, and it's just the right temperature, warm enough, and I just so enjoy being outside, and it's so nice when you have a temperature that is not too cold and not too hot like this. It's just been a marvelous March, and we've had a nice January, February, and March. It's just been marvelous, and I just feel so full of energy from all the ideas that are coming forth from the studies that we're doing and the things that we're hearing on YouTube, the things that Tanya Love is teaching, and what all Infinite Mind is giving me in my daily meditations, and all the wonderful affirmations that I'm making, and are all coming to great, providing and producing and great things, and just marvelous things happening, and energy just sprouting out everywhere. And I just feel like that I could just fly through space sometimes, because it's just so much energy. And so if things could get any better, I'm going to have a wonderful breakfast this morning and listen to Tanya Love, and have my pancakes and eggs, and fix a little coffee, and use this Presto Maggio. If I've got I'm going to see if I've got some more of the little K-cups. I may have used them all, but I'm going to find out. And I know I've got all the other things. I've got the Cafe Supreme and the Cafe Latte, and so I'll be fixing one of those or the other this morning, and having that with my breakfast, and that's going to be wonderful. And so it's just a great morning, and we'll see what Tanya Love has to say this morning. We're going to finishing up the one on healing art from the heart this morning, see what she has to say about that.
Anyway, yeah, and I posted a recipe, and she commented on the recipe, telling me that she goes, I don't think you remember me. She goes, but we used to be friends on Facebook, blah, blah, blah. I just gave my heart to Jesus Christ, and he healed me. And I really felt compelled to tell you about Jesus Christ, and tell you that you need to give your heart to him and heal, because what you're doing is not of God.
Wow.
And I was like,
and how did that make you feel?
I wanted to, well, first of all, I deleted the comment, because I have very, very passionate people on my friends list. I have over 2,000 friends,
yeah,
who are from all walks of life. I have other Christians, I have pagans and Wiccans, and you name it, okay?
Yeah.
They would have devoured her.
Yeah,
so I deleted,
let's get that off of her.
Yeah, so I deleted her comment for her own protection, because I was wanting to respond out of love, but nobody else would.
Yeah.
So I sent her a private message, and I just said, honey, you know what? I said, I'm very, very, very attached and loving my Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
and all the angels and so forth. I said, I don't know where you get, questioning me in the way that you have. And she said, she goes, well, I just know that, you say you've talked to angels and everything and stuff, and that's not of God, because demons, they disguise themselves as angels, and they deceive us. And I was like, how do you know if I'm being deceived or not? And
yeah,
I said, sweetheart, you really need to really learn to discern on your own. I said, you can't discern it for me.
Yeah.
And and I said, and I know that the beings that I am in contact with are of the light. They are of source.
Yeah.
And I said, and I love you very much. I said, but you can't just assume that just because you have this fear of being deceived yourself,
Exactly.
that other people are.
And I think that's so important, because that's part of our evolution. Yeah. We're not meant to be clinging, even like if we're clinging to religion, or we're clinging to Wiccan, or we're clinging to anything in a way that means that we have the right to attack others and to kind of push our way on them. Yeah. That is not alignment. And really, it's just what I've learned is like, we see the world as we are, not as it is, that quote. And it is really true. And whenever I sense someone seeing fear in a situation where I'm like, what? There's no fear here. I realize, they have fear internally. Like, that fear is internal. And so I'll often just shine that light on them and let them know, that I'm sensing that this fear is not about me, but this fear is something inside of you that triggered it in you to bring it to the surface so that it could help you in clearing it if you want to. And if not, that's okay. Yeah. But I do feel there's we could do a whole show about angels and the whole thing with religion, because there's so much. Angels have been referred to and referenced in every religion, and every walk of time there have been angelic encounters and experiences with angels. And the thing I love about angels, the thing that I feel is so beautiful, is that they're not connected or attached to any religion. They're not connected to any race. They are for all of us. Like, they're assistants in the light, and they're available for all of us. And there's nothing religious about them. They do not belong to any clubs. They are just highly evolved beings that are a very high vibration that will come in and assist any who ask. And so I just feel like that there could be a whole show about.
There could be. Maybe that's a sign of that there should be one done.
Yeah, because I feel like there is a lot of fear about that. I've had people actually get up out of a network meeting after I had the courage to speak truthfully about my angelic healing. And I remember a woman got up and ran by me, and I was like, whoa. And she had done a workshop with me once, an art workshop. And I was like, hey, have a good day. And she's like, Jesus is the only one for me. And she ran by, and I was just like, whoa.
There is a lot of fear in organized religious beliefs. And I'm finding that lately. I haven't for a long time through this walk, but just lately, recently in the last couple of months, I am finding a lot of Christians coming to me and preaching at me and are very fearful of me and calling me deceived and calling me of the devil. And
wow, that would be so for you, Rose. That have you ever had a sense in a past life that maybe you were possibly persecuted for that?
Oh yes, definitely. Yes, okay, I remember the most powerful one too.
I feel that. Okay, because I'm feeling intuitively that's what it is, and this coming up for you is an opportunity for you to work with your angels to clear that vibrationally so that you don't even attract it anymore.
Right. And you and I have so much in common. I was raised in the church myself. Mm-hmm. And I was raised in a Pentecostal church.
Oh, yeah.
So that fear is familiar to me because I grew up in it. And,
yes.
And it's one of those amazing things that kind of gets me to laugh a little bit sometimes. But, people have always been taught about angels and angelic beings and miracles and things like that. But then when it happens, they totally disclose it. They deny it,
Yes. See, and the thing I feel that's so important is for us to really start to connect with each other and to stop with these cliques and these clubs. Like, these clubs aren't serving us, the religious club over here and the religious one here. And all it's doing is creating separation. And so when I feel alignment, Source shows that alignment is wholeness and unity consciousness. It's connection. And so what Christ really represented was unity consciousness. That is what he was here teaching us, and he was embodying the unity consciousness. And in his own time, his people killed him because of it. And then they used him as a poster child for a movement. And people can be angry about that and disagree or whatever they want. But if you really do the research on the history, that's what happened. And I feel what's time to evolve is the whole Christ returning is not like a body of a guy coming out of the sky. Christ consciousness has returned. It is inside of me. It is inside of you. And Christ consciousness is available to all of us. Any moment we can channel this consciousness through Source. And when we're creating beauty and we're connecting and we're healing. And when we're clinging to the old way and we're just clinging to a book and fear, we are creating suffering and separation. And we don't even really need to get into a huge debate about it. We can just look at the true experiences of what's happening. And that's really the shift right there, is to come back to Christ consciousness and unify.
Thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying that. I've been trying to say that, and I, it's not, I've never blatantly, that nobody comes up and just, rejects it to my face or anything, but I know that there are a lot of people that are just like, oh, she's so lost,
Oh yeah, and that's okay. And it's honestly, when you come back to your awareness and your wisdom, you realize that those who are trying to push away on you to save yourself, and that they think you're lost, they are seeing through their own eyes of being lost. They're seeing through their own eyes of needing saved. And it's just the wisdom is to understand. And if they're open enough that you can help them and express that, and they're open, it can be amazing. But if they're not, you just send them love and just walk away, like really energetically just don't feel like you need to go and change it or prove it to them. Because everyone's going to understand consciousness when they're ready.
Yes, and I'm familiar with where they're coming from, so I'm understanding.
Yes, we've been there, right? We were told, we were brainwashed into what to do.
And so I know what their comebacks would be if I were to sit and try and argue with them, and there's no point in arguing anyway. So
exactly. So remember, alignment is this is the old way, and it's not serving, and we know that. Our intelligence shows us this is not working. So we focus all energy on the new way. We focus on the loving, connected way, and we give it all of our attention, and then we are co-creating it with Source. That's really laws of attraction in practice. Focus on what you want, what you love, what you desire, and turn from what's not working. And look, there's Christ consciousness again. Turn the other cheek. It's like we're focusing right here, and that's what he was teaching. Focus on the wholeness. Focus on the love. And in doing that, the old way will become obsolete. It will fade away. But we really need to clear fear of being persecuted, because that's deep in many of us. And that fear being cleared will be really beneficial, so that we can lead with alignment and with love and courage, and we're not too attached.
Exactly. So we could go on. I mean, I've done shows that were 2 hours long, but I know you have to prepare for your next show. Yes. So, we're going to go ahead and close this one out. But believe me, there will be more.
Awesome.
And I do want you to say whatever's on your heart to everybody before we close out today.
Okay. Well, I would say I feel everything happens for a reason, and those that are summoned to watch the show will be here for very important reasons. So if you feel led, that you feel that you need some kind of spiritual assistance, like there's something in you, that needs cleared, or even if it's unconscious, you're not sure what it is, but something is disconnecting you from the abundance of life, or the wholeness and the health of life. If you feel like there's something cutting you off and you are ready to be courageous and to really look into that, feel free to contact me, because I can assist you with remote clearings, or clearings can be done remotely or in person, and they're just as powerful either way. But really, don't underestimate the importance of your clearing and your shifting, because each of us, that's really our highest priority right now, is our own self-love and alignment. And for so long we've been putting ourselves last and trying to help fulfill the needs of others, and it's just really not working. If we're honest with ourselves, that's when we really get pissed